Yeah, so we're going to pretend we're the customers and you guys are going to follow us through so you would actually see what they go through. Now, I was saying on a personal perspective, I also volunteer at the food bank on a weekly basis. So I get to know the clients and the guests and what they go through when they come in. So I also know from that perspective. So follow behind us and then Brenda and I are going to pretend to be actors, not really. Okay, I'm ready to go. Thank you. Family of two. Okay, so we come in here at the Marché. When you come in, they actually give you a card. When they scan it, this is your client card. It's really important. It actually kind of makes you really important, like a student ID card, you know, when our younger days we were in school. You give it, they scan it, it actually in the system comes up, it tells them how many people are in your family. They have all your information, and then it says if you're a family of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and plus, okay? Because there are very large families that come in. So they scan it, they give you that, they give you this. So once you walk into the Marché, there's little signs that tells you how much food for a one-person family you can take, and then I'll show you guys that perspective. So it's really nice. It makes it personal, and you kind of feel like, you know, when you go to the library or at the school, or it makes you feel in a nice picture. Right? Yes.
If the person in the picture can't make it because they're sick, did a family member come in?
Great question. I almost forgot to mention. Yes, absolutely. We're very open here. We're not, you know, it's not, no, you must be the person on the picture. So, for example, if we're together and I'm sick, you can take my card because we have all the personal information in the system, so we know, and then we just say, oh, you know, my wife was sick, or my daughter was sick, or my husband was sick, and then we know, and then we just let you go through. And even when they scan you out at the cash, it doesn't matter that it's not your picture. Okay, so you're free, and it makes you feel really comfortable and very welcome. So we're gonna come this way. What?
Once a week.
Once every 2 weeks, the clients come in. But you leave with a basket, and I see from my experience, the basket is like overflowing with food. All right. Most of our clients here, our guests, would be under the poverty line. So it's not that they have nothing. It's additional help. So it's money that they don't have to spend to buy groceries that they can help feed their families.
Do they have to pay any initial fee or
There is
anything?
no fee. The best thing
Just
about
zero?
this, it's free. There is nothing. It's absolutely free. To register, the guests just come in at the counter. They come see it during the opening hours. You sit down with one of the staff there. Whatever paperwork, I'm not familiar exactly what they ask or what you need, but there are some paperwork
They
needed.
do, because I used to be in this section. They need a lease.
Like-
I don't want to be on the day. They need a lease.
Yeah.
They need proof of identification of each person, every person that lives in that home.
And then a proof of employment as well, if you do, to show what kind of salary you make. But again, it's literally all you need is an address. Some people come here, we have a lot, especially lately in Montreal, a lot of the refugees coming in. We're getting a lot in people, you know, it's just welcoming. So they can get you guys all set up with just like at least an address to get you started. We don't turn anybody away, so it's very important.
And if someone comes who's homeless,
I
then we
don't
send
know
them
the
to our
number, but
homeless
from what I
place
know,
on St.
we
John's.
feed, like I think Sam said earlier, like a bit over 2,500 people a week. So when our clients, our guests, sorry, I like to say guests, when they come into our home, when they leave with a full basket. Like it helps a lot, and you can see that, especially when there's a lot of like people in the family. Even if you're a person of one and you can't afford, it really helps you. So we're gonna start. So my mother's gonna push the cart. Now, if you're wondering, how do you know, like I said, how many items you can take, I'm gonna show you how. Now, sometimes we don't pay attention, we don't not necessarily read, or we're very, you know, absent-minded. If you end up taking more items than needed, don't feel bad, but at the cash register, when they scan, it says each item, how much you're entitled to. So if you have taken extra, the volunteers will really nicely say, like, it's okay, you know, you have a choice, you only allowed 2, which ones would you like? It's very subtle, but you're reminded of that, and it doesn't, it's so nicely put that you don't feel bad for taking extra. So, we're going to start here. The best thing about the marché is that you come in and you literally feel like you're at the grocery store.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you're that stigma of what we used to call a food bank. This is why we're called the marché alimentaire. We are a marché alimentaire. When our guests come in, they feel like they're in a proper grocery store and treated even more friendly than a grocery store. You get really friendly volunteers. So you'll see on the board here, it tells you one person, you're allowed one item. Now one item would be one of these, okay? 2 to 3 person, one. This is only for the sauce, by the way. It tells you what the item is. Like 7 people, you would allow 2, okay? So, for example, I'm gonna put one in my basket. Over there, we're gonna put one. Take a second one just to see that we've taken extra. So you'll see what happens at the cash when there's extra. Spaghetti. Again, spaghetti. 1. I'm just gonna grab about 10 items, but usually like the baskets are really filled. Now the really good thing is here, it's really good food. They'll come up with meats, vegetables, they'll get products, canned goods, non-perishables, so you really get around other things. Yeah, the meats are in the freezer, but here I'll show you real quick. So we're gonna grab bread. So I'm one person, and I'm allowed to take, I can take 2 breads. So it tells you here, so you can take 2 breads. Now I don't know about you, but it's a lot of bread for one person. It's gonna go in the freezer for sure. Alright. Also, I forgot to mention, most of our guests when they come in, they pin this in front. So if they need any help or they're not exactly sure, the volunteers will tell them what to do. A lot of them forget, they don't think that they can take that much. You can take a lot. You just got to remember to read the signs. Some people think they're only allowed one item and they go, no, you're allowed one of each. So you're going to take 1 pizza. We're going to take 1 cheese. You're going to take 1 fromage feta, where's right here. And then you're going to go 1 yogurt. You can take 1 of this, 1 of this, and 1 of this. So we're just going to keep filling it up. Then we're going to add this way. The last thing that all the guests grab on the way out. And this is Jerry. He's in charge. One of them in charge.
I'm taking your photo. I'll put on Facebook.
So, yes. So it tells you everything. Now, the last thing is that all our guests coming, they grab they're given meat. Okay. So there's always 2 meats. You have beef, pork, or chicken, or whatnot. So now today is beef and pork. You would get 1 beef, 1 pork. Now the size of the package would be depending on how many people are in your family. Okay, so I won't grab any meat, we'll leave that in the freezer. And you can see here like fresh produce, you got potatoes, tomatoes, broccoli, you got all these types of things. So this was actually the food that all of our guests coming today were able to get.
Some fruits.
They might not have put it out, but there's always fruits. During the day they have some fruits. Yeah. But we always make sure to have a whole big mixture of everything. All right, so we're going to head to the checkout counter, and when you get to the checkout counter, all of them, we're going to give the cards, so we're going to scan. And we're going to walk this way. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, Tuesday to Friday. So this is the line that is come, like in the grocery store, like at the cash register, okay? Mommy, come on.
Oh, your mom.
So we're gonna have our card in, okay?
Your card in a
Yeah. Hi. So like you see, we're always greeted by really welcoming volunteers that help us.
Vous avez la carte d'accueil, c'est ça?
Yes.
Parfait.
Yes. Yes.
Voilà.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah.
Jerry Simula, you're on video.
Smile, I'm on video. There you go. There's the time.
I'm gonna
Wow.
pick the
Yes.
stuff,
Sure.
put it here. So
Carte d'accueil. Pizza polo.
pizza pollo, oui.
And if we've taken too much, we'll
Arm One pasta.
One pasta.
Oui. Yes. Two pain boulangerie.
Pain boulanger.
Oui.
Boulanger pain. Yeah.
Un fromage, oui. Feta.
Yogourt
One
750.
yogurt. Two chocolates.
Oh, deux avec un chocolat, hein?
Confiture, peut-être.
C'est pas collation, cornichon.
En collation, peut-être.
Je sais pas comment ils l'ont acheté aujourd'hui. Boulangerie dessert. Ça s'appelle Bacon. Ah, préparation au chocolat.
Préparation de chocolat.
Ah, excuse, madame.
One has to come back.
C'est juste aujourd'hui, on en donne juste un chocolat.
C'est seulement.
Ouais, c'est ça, c'est ça.
Merci Francisco.
Voilà.
Désolée.
She needs it for her health, huh? I know, that's very good.
One fromage
If
cheddar.
I could, I would, because if I give it, then somebody else won't get it, unfortunately.
One fromage cheddar.
Fromage cheddar,
Et
one sauce.
c'est ça.
C'est tout? It's everything? Perfect.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you so
Have a nice
much.
day. Passez bonne journée.